So the features that we'll be talking about is that we've worked on a user-friendly login. So with the new technology of biometric and facial recognition, you can choose to opt for that option, or you can use the traditional user login and code user login and password option to sign in the application. Then once you're signed in, you get to see your product hierarchy and geo hierarchy wise sales at a national level, and then you can drill down to a granular level. Now all this analytics is being conveyed through our Salesflo DMS platform. That is our the distribution management system, Salesflo DMS. All those analytics and all the hierarchy that you set there. So the product hierarchy that you set there, or the virtual hierarchy that you set there, all the analytics are driven based on that hierarchy, right? So the more granular the hierarchy is, the more granular details you get to see here, right? And then you get to see your volume and value-wise sales as well. Moving on, you get to see a map view of stores. So let's say you're performing a visit and you'd like to see where I'm standing and where are all my stores. You can get to see that on a map, and you also get to see your field team as well. So for example, this is an order booker that is servicing a store nearby. If you would like to go and perform a market visit for that store near that order booker, then you can go. We've also provided an advanced search and filtering option, to further specify any store that you would like to visit. And with store visits, you get to perform any store surveys. Now, this is a completely dynamic. So any kinds of questions that you'd like to answer during a market visit, or you'd like your sales team to answer while performing a market visit, all these questions are configurable through our web panel, and then the same is reflected in the Salesforce site application as well. And these can be set as mandatory or optional, and then the sales team can answer accordingly. And then another exciting feature that we'll be showing you is the newsfeed. So newsfeed is like an interactive platform that we've created for within your company. So just like Facebook and so social media platforms like Facebook, we've tried replicating that newsfeed idea, but this would be a closed version of it, because since it will only be working for your company. So you can share any exciting new launches or any features that you've started using and they've successfully been deployed, or any new distribution that has come on board and has started using sales. So you can post a picture about it, you can add in your location, you can so this is basically like using Twitter to tell about your big wins, right? So this is the feature that you can use for that. Okay, with that, I'll be handing over the session to Ali, who will be giving you a detailed demo of how site works and all the features that I've talked about. Ali will be giving you a demo of how to use them. Okay, so for demo purposes, since this is a live application and we cannot show any other customer data on a larger platform, we'll be using in dummy values. But if you are interested in using the site product, then your CSMs will connect with you and get all your data scripts run onto site, and then your data would be visible accordingly. Right? So over to you, Ali.
Okay, thank you so much. So let me just start with the demo then. So this is our landing page. This is our Salesforce site dashboard. So the first thing you see is your geo hierarchy wise value sales, right? And this starts off with the highest geo hierarchy that you have. So mostly people have national sales, and then regional, and then area and territories and others. So you start off with a total sum across all of Pakistan, and then this is then further broken down into South A, South B, South C, different uh, regions that have been marked on the Salesforce core web application. And this is all driving data from there and then presenting it to you in a more readable and visible manner. Okay. Against this, you also have your target achievement and also the attempted store percentage of how many shops were visited, how many orders were placed, and the target achievement of those stores against the orders that have been placed. So all of the visibility is going to be here in your value. So if, for example, you would like to see this in volume, you can switch right over here using the filter. And now you can see that all of the values are going to be shown in tonnage. Now, for example, if a company uses liters or kgs for their specific volume needs, this can be customized through the Salesforce site web application. So you can set it accordingly and then have it be shown over here. If we switch back to value, we can see that under the geo hierarchy tab, we have it showing yesterday. So what this shows is that the data is based on the n-1 principle. If you go to the info icon, it will explain to you that as per n-1 days, as of yesterday, this is the values which the company has sold. Now, for example, if you swipe right, you can see this week-wise. If you swipe again, it is for this month. If you swipe again, it shows last month. And then lastly, it shows you the total number of sales across the year. And then if we just head back, we can also see, we can also go into the hierarchy. So this is the topmost level. So we're seeing national and then regional. And then if you tap on this, then specifically in South A, you can see all the different areas that compound to become South A. So you can drill down further. So if we head back to the homepage, we can also switch the hierarchy. So as you can see, we have geo hierarchy right now. We can tap on this to switch to the product hierarchy. So this is some of the dummy data that we've put down just to give you an idea of how it would look. So based on this dummy data, you can see that the top shows the cumulative biscuit business unit. And based on this, we have two business units, the biscuit and cake divisions. Right. So if we tap on this, it will take us into further granularity, which are different categories. If we tap a specific category, it gives you the name of a certain brand, and then brand further goes down into SKUs. So all the way down to the SKU level, we are providing you with all the visibility of your sales. Right. So this is definitely a very powerful tool that you can have just on your mobile application. Right. So next, what we can do is go on to the market visit feature. So this will allow different sales managers to go out into the market and get an idea of how well the stores in their store universe are being serviced, how well they're doing, and actually conduct surveys that will help increase the productivity of those stores and ensure the quality that wants to be maintained by the company. So as you can see, we have some stores right over here. So as you zoom in, you can see that multiple stores are showing up. So we can just tap a store. Now this is the section where we can see the store information. So we can see that it belongs to the bakery channel, and then we can check the routes and order bookers that is assigned to this specific store. And then we have the phone number of the shop owner. We have the location. We have the previous time that it was visited. And then also we have, if the store was closed, we can mention it over here. Against this, we can also show the bill history. So the last previous invoices can be shown here as well. Right. And then it also shows the sales trend against that store, the last purchase date, weekly sales, average weekly sales, average SKU per bill, and last merchandise date. Right. So let's go ahead and start a visit over here. So to begin our visit, we will have to take a photograph. of the store. So once we have captured the shop fascia, we can go ahead and tap over here. And this brings us to our modular page. So over here, you can Okay, so over here you can see that we have a testing survey made for you. So what this does is essentially you can go on to the Salesflo site web application and make custom surveys for your sales managers who can go out and gather the information that is required. So you can make surveys about if the shop is being merchandised, if certain products are available, so this can help keep track of the quality of the order booking that is being done at those specific locations. So if we go into a testing survey, you can see we have specific different questions, and all of these questions are customizable to the web app, where you can choose whether you would like an image. So we can just go ahead and complete this image. We can choose this. We can actually put in shelf images. We can choose which SKUs are available. So we can just multi-select over here. And then we can close this. We can show over here. We can add text. Yes. And then we can take a shelf picture as well. So take this. So this is all customizable to whatever our client's needs are, and it can be taken care of in different surveys. Right? So we can just go ahead and submit this. Right. So yes, can submit this. So as you can see, we've gotten check mark next to our survey, so we can go to next, and then we can also rate the store, and we can leave our comments against the store as well. Right. So let's say this was a 4.5 rated, and then we can just swipe to checkout, and this will then save the survey, which will be viewable as a report again on the web app. Right? So another feature that we realized is that there are a lot of areas where internet may not be available. So that's why we actually provided an offline mode where you can download stores. So if you go map area, for example, it can allow you to choose maps in a certain radius that will be downloaded onto your phone. So what we can do is go ahead and select a few of these stores and download them. So now the information against these stores, the surveys that you've made against these stores are all being downloaded onto your phone. Now that it's successfully downloaded, we can head back. And what we can do is we can change the online mode. You can see the toggle on the top left. You can toggle this to offline. And what it shows you now is the downloaded stores that you have. And we can tap on this, and then you can run your surveys without an internet connection. Okay. So we can just tap back on this, and we can again go back to the stores we have. We also provide different filters through which you can filter out the stores that you have. So we have through different order bookers, through different routes, and also channel wise, and then also store rating wise. So for example, if store is not doing so well, it has been serviced multiple times, but the rating hasn't been that good. So you want to specifically go visit stores that are only 0 to 1 or 1 to 2 stars. So you can just select from here, apply, and it'll be shown on your map over here. So that was basically the idea behind market visits. Now, for example, if you're going on a market visit and you come across a new store that you haven't seen before, and you would like to add that store to your store universe, so your order booker will have to go to the store, get all the information, and then it needs to be verified. So to start the process, it can be done through the Salesflo site application, as in you can go and choose the recommend store module. So it starts off with you taking a picture of the store. So you can go ahead, take a picture, save that, and now it'll just ask you what town you are in, the locality, sub-locality, the name of the store, right? And you can submit this. Now, when this submits, it'll go to the Salesflo core raw stores, and then you can assign it to an order booker who can go tag the store, and then the store can subsequently be added to your store universe. Okay? And now, lastly, as Simon mentioned, we also have the newsfeed feature. So what this is basically to build synergy between the sales representatives to show how good of a job is being done in different regions. If you want to celebrate something, if you want to see how something is being done or a promotion is being done in the Punjab region versus how it's being done in the KPK region, this is a good way where sales managers can talk to each other while everyone else can be involved in a more homely and a better experience for the managers and the order bookers to show how well they're doing. So this is where you can add your photographs, you can add your location, you can actually tag people as well. So if I'm an ASM in Sindh, for example, I can tag a ASM from Punjab as well and converse with him through comments, through reactions, and through all of this being done through the newsfeed. So this is a new feature that we're launching on Salesflo site to bring those teams together, to bring them closer and actually achieve better results for the company. So that was about it. If any of you have any questions, you can drop them in the chat box right now, or you can actually reach out to your respective CSMs for the onboarding process. Thank you, Saman.
Thank you, Ali. So I hope you guys liked what site had to offer and would be interested in using site for your management level analytics. So now I'll be proceeding on to the regular part of our basically webinar. We'll be talking about the mobile application features that we have launched. Yeah, so the mobile application features that I will be talking about is that you now get your visibility for targets through a better user experience. So first you had to tap on the order booker avatar, and then your order bookers would get to see their targets. But now we've launched a proper target option. Secondly, we've improved our GPS tracking. That is when now whenever an order booker will be visiting, they will be shown how accurate their GPS tracking is, so that at a later stage we've also received complaints from our customers and their order bookers saying that we visited the store and हमने बिल्कुल accurately service किया था store, but now this will give the order booker visibility himself that if the GPS has been accurately tracked or not. Okay. We'll be giving you a short demo on how to use these features. So over to you, Ali.
Thank you, Saman. So let me just share my screen again. Great. So now, basically, if you would like these targets to be visible to your order booker on the app, first of all, you will have to set those targets. So on the Salesflo core web application, you can just head into the distributor module, and under distributors, you have the sub-module of targets. Right? Under targets, you have the order booker value volume targets. So basically, these are the targets that are going to be visible on the app to the order booker with the achievement. So let me just repeat, we can go down to distributors, targets, and then order booker value volume targets. Okay, so once these have been set, we can just go into the app. This is the new application, and over here you can see now a dedicated button to the targets. And once you tap on this, you can see for the current month, since we have it uploaded against the previous month, you can now see the month target, month to date target, month to date achievement, and month percentage achievement. Right. So if you just tap over here on the different brands, you can also see the breakup of those specific brands, and then all of them totaling up to become a bigger total at the end. right? So now this gives you a better idea of the targets that were set and what the achievement is of that specific order booker, right? So that's the first thing we have. The second thing, we could move into our visit plan. So these are the list of stores. If we go ahead, tap on a store and enter it and service it. So now the first thing that order bookers do is check in. And after surveying different order bookers, they wanted to know what was the distance from the shop, right? So the accuracy was secondary to them, but the first thing that they wanted was to see how far they are from the actual shop. So now we've provided that feature. So if you were to check in, you can see that it is currently a big distance since the shop is actually based in Punjab, but you can now see that the distance from the shop is being shown, and this will also help a lot of order bookers realize if a store has been tagged incorrectly. So, for example, if Al Madina GS is a store that the order booker is servicing and is actually standing at that store, but the distance from the shop is being shown in thousands of meters, that means the store may be tagged incorrectly. So the order booker can actually go edit the store and take the GPS again. Similarly, we've also given the accuracy as well. So if you can just tap on the info icon, it can show you that the GPS that has been picked up is actually accurate to 12 meters, right? So now we are providing visibility of both the accuracy of the GPS taken and also the distance from the shop that the order booker is currently standing at. So that's all from me. Back to you, Saman.
Thank you, Ali. Okay. Yeah, now moving on to the next part of our agenda, that is the web application features. So we'll be talking about 3 web application features that we've worked on. Okay. Master app user bulk update. Now, for those of our customers who are using the master app user option, this particular feature would be significant for you guys. So I'll just give you a concept of what a master app user is. So basically, if you've got multiple order bookers servicing from different distributions as well, then you can club them under a single app user, and that app user will have a single login, and then you can design PJPs and then assign it to them, right? So previously we did not have a bulk import option or a bulk assignment of master app user option. So now we've created it for you. And since this particular feature involves 3 kinds of uploads, so Sharik will be giving you a demo of how to use this particular feature. Yeah, so over to you, Sharik.
Thank you, Simon. Let me share my screen. All right. So as someone just mentioned that we have introduced bulk features in our master app user module. So going a bit more detail into master app user, what it basically is. So in the navigation bar, you can see over here, we have a master app user. So this by default is disabled, and you can enable this by requesting to your CSM to enable it from the backend. And then if you want to use this, you can go into system setting, and you can go jump into roles, and in roles you can enable your master app user feature. So what basically is master app user? So what master app user does is, currently in our system we have system users, and then we have app users, and app users are further divided into an order booker and delivery man and spot sellers. So we have new type of user over here, which is a master app user. So a master app user has order bookers or any application user assigned below it, and it's a sort of a supervisor for order bookers, deliverymen, spot sellers. So what a master app user can do is they have the ability to track your app user journeys, your PJPs through our own app user tracking feature. And if the master app user uses his credential to log into the application, he can see the PJPs of all the order bookers below him. He can visit stores if he like. You can perform unplanned visits as well. So these kind of facilities are provided to a master app user. Furthermore, it's more to keep a track on the progress of any order booker working or assigned associated below a master app user. All right. So jumping into our current system, what we had in master app user was if you needed to introduce a new master app user, we had given the opportunity of a form that our system user can use to introduce new master app users into the system. And below here, you can see we have app user assignment. You can this is a multi-select feature, so you can select distributors, and along with that, you can select app users and associated them to your master app user. So why are we introducing the bulk feature? Currently, a lot of clients have started using our master app user feature, and with the more influx of clients, the module is maturing as well. And with that, we feel the need that a lot of users need bulk assignment operations or bulk introduction of master app users into the system, due to which we have introduced our bulk features for our master app user module. So let me jump into that as well. So coming up with import master app users. So in this screen, we have two options. One is to import master app users, and the second is to assign master app users. So what is the difference between these two? So import master app user is basically for bulk importing personal information of your master app user. This is just to bring the master app user into the system without any assignment, without any app user assigned to that. Let me jump into this. And you can see over here that we have password, we have company booker code, we have status, first name, last name, CNIC, and if I download the CSV, yes. So here we have it. This is the CSV. This is simple CSV. You can change it, update it as you like, and you can upload it back into the system. So the import master app user feature is mainly for uploading the personal information of the master app user in bulk. Then we move to the assignment process. Let's say you have imported your master app user into the system, and now you're like, I want to assign order bookers below it. How do I do that? So for that, you have assignment master app user feature. You can go into this. You can download the CSV. Let me jump into the CSV. All right, here it is. So you can see over here that you have master app user code against your distributor code and your app user code. So you have the ability to have a master app user code against multiple app user codes and distributor codes, however you like it. So once you're done with that, you can let me go back to the screen. Yeah. So once you're done with that, you can bulk it into the system, and this will be visible in the grid as well. So this is the basic import function. Let's say that we have a case where you have existing master app users and order bookers assigned to them. And in that case, your order bookers are constantly leaving, and new order bookers are coming into the distributor. How are you going to handle that? So in that case, we have introduced bulk update options for a master app user. So here's the MAU distribution and app user assignment that can be updated for existing MAUs. Along with that, we have status option and first name, last name, email, CNIC, and phone number. You can see over here that you can have a master app user code against a status. And let's say I want to update, I want to convert 10 master app users into inactive. So I can just download the CSV and upload it and perform this operation in two simple steps. So jumping into the assignment part, yeah, you can see over here in this process, similar to importing, assigning MAUs to import. This is a similar feature where you are updating the MAUs of updating the assignment of existing MAUs. So you're going to get the CSV. You can add new MAUs however you like, but the validation here is that the master app user code that you're using must be existing in the system. and should have app users already assigned to it. That way you can manipulate however you like, if any order booker is coming into the distribution or going from the distribution. All right, so this is the general idea of introducing bulk features into our system. Someone, back to you.
Thank you, Sharik. Okay. Moving on. Okay, so moving on to the next two features that we'll be showcasing together. One is new payment collection filters. So if you're using our payment collection feature, then you will get to use this feature. And so we've incorporated some advanced filters to further get balance-wise store details, or if you want to select a particular date range and then gather when a particular store has made a payment or not, right? And the second thing that we'll be talking about is the cancel check option. So this was something that when our team was performing a market visits, we picked up from certain distributions that this was something that was necessary in the system. Even though it's a very minimal addition, but it's very impactful in the sense that any kind of human error is possible when once you're entering data. So now you'll have the option of canceling the check that you've entered as well. So Astra will be giving you a demo of both of these features collectively, and show how the features work. Okay. Thank you. Over to you, Astra.
Thank you, Saman. Just share my screen. Okay. So when we go on payment collection, previously, if you recall, we were just able to select the distributor type and then select a distributor. So what that meant was that all stores for that distributor would just show up. And let's say, I mean, realistically, as a distributor, they're servicing hundreds of stores. So in a case where I want to just check my balance, or if I want to just collect payment against a specific store, that would mean I have to search, look through that list of hundreds of stores to get to the store I want. So what we've done is we've added features to make it easier for you to get to a specific store or to get to a specific group of stores. So select date range allows you to filter stores by transaction date. So let's say I'm selecting the 1st of December 2022. So what that means is that in all stores for this distributor that have had a transaction between the 1st and the 1st of this month till today will be populated here. So the store balance, the store grid will look the same as it does previously. The numbers mean the same thing. It's just an additional way to filter. So we can see that all of these are stores that had transactions between these two dates. Let's say I want to add in another level of filtration. I want to get even more specific. So then I select advanced filters. These are optional. So I can select whether to filter on balance or store details. So let's take a look at balance first. So when I select balance, I can see whether I want to filter balance on. So I have three options here: equals to, less than, or greater than. So let's say that I want to be very specific and I want to see that I only want to see the balance for those stores, or I only want to view those stores against which the stores have credit. So on which the stores owe me as a distributor money. So then I can say that less than 0, because these are stores that need to pay me, that I need to collect cash from. So if selected, there's an information icon here for your ease as well. So if selected, the store results will be further filtered out of the selected stores. Only those stores with balance equals to, less than, or greater than the amount defined in the input field will be displayed. So when I click on applied filters, I'll only see stores that had a transaction between these two dates and that owe the distributor some money. So we can see all of the stores that are populated are those that have some sort of credit due. The same way, I can, if I want to get even more specific, and I can filter on store details. So when I select store details, I get another dropdown that says find store by. So here, if I want to get very specific and get to the exact crux of like a specific store or a group of stores, so I can filter between channel hierarchy. So then these aren't, these you'll be familiar, like these are used across the system as well, but you can really get down to the store by selecting your channels and your channel type and sub channel. And the same applies for down hierarchy. So let's say I want to see stores for Ahmedabad. So I can check all. And let's check all the stores. So what this means is that all stores that had a transaction between these two dates and that belong to Ahmedabad will be displayed here. So there are these two stores that meet the criteria. So if you want to add in another mix and match filters, we can also say that half balance, let's say. So these two stores that have popped up, we can see that in fact, they must have paid in advance because we actually owe them money. So that will be that can be adjusted through invoice knocking off later. But let's say I want to get even more specific and I want to say, let's say if I wanted to check if any store owes me money. So, I mean, over here, obviously we know that no store does, but when I click less than 0, the grid is blank. But let's say I want to check as a distributor, or I want to see the list of stores that I have more than 500 rupees off, or that have paid me more than 500 rupees in advance. So I can see it's only one store that meets this criteria. So that's basically the purpose of the filters we're adding to our payment collection grid to make it easier for you to use. So let's say minimizing advanced filters will mean that we're removing the advanced filters. So let's go back to all the stores that had a transaction between the 1st and the 14th of this month. So we can see we have a store with a negative amount, minus 747. So now we're coming to part 2 of what the second feature that Saman spoke about, which was the option to cancel checks. So we have already in our system, we have the option to mark a check as bounced. But what that means is that the store, that kind of is a reflection on the store that they gave you an incorrect check. However, there's a difference between a check that bounced and a check that you might have entered incorrect details for accidentally, because as a KPO, you're dealing with so many different methods of payment collection and so many different stores and so many different invoices. So we can collect check against the store and see how this works. So we have the invoice, it's worth 600 rupees. Let's collect the full amount. I just add my check numbers. I add the bank name. So this is the same process that currently exists for collecting a check. So we collected 600 rupees. And I execute credit recovery. Also, I'm just going to. So that was the normal procedure of collecting a check. Now, I have the check and I can, so I right click on it to clear the check. So when we go on check clearing, we used to have 3 options: pending, cleared, bounced, and canceled. So this canceled is actually a new addition that we've added. So when I select canceled, I have the option to add a reason. And this is mandatory. So I can just say webinar testing. And when I execute check clearing, so when I go back to that store to collect some sort of payment against it, we can see that that invoice is again visible for a new payment, new form of cash or new check or any kind of payment to be collected against it. So that's basically how cancel checks works. That's it from my end. Over to you, Saman.
Thank you, Asra. Yes. So with that, I'd like to conclude basically today's demos for the app features. I'll just be giving you a brief update on our upcoming innovations for 5th Jan and 5th Feb. These are still subject to change, but we do try to give you visibility. We do have some custom, customer requirements as well that we do incorporate, but we do not add this list. We are working on those items as well, and your respective CSMs can update you about any status if you would like to know about it. Okay, so with that, I'd be moving into the question and answers round. If you guys have any questions that you have regarding today's session, or in general, if you would like to ask about any specific feature, we'd be happy to answer here at this on this platform. I did receive a few questions during the session, so I'll announce them here as well. Okay, so someone had asked, is there any option we upload store-wise target and monitor store-wise achievement versus targets? Okay, so for that, currently the lowest level that we have is for an order booker's performance. Once you set a target on an order booker, then you can see how that specific order booker has performed. We don't have any store-wise targets as of yet, but we can, sit with you guys and get a consolidated requirement on what you want to track, and we can surely incorporate it. Okay, do we have an option to upload order booker wise targets of manufacturing wise volume keys? So we do have order booker value and volume targets, and there are different filters for that. So if you select volume and then set it on manufacturer factor, then you would be able to upload the targets for it. But if there is, if there is a gap in the requirement that the system is not fulfilling, then we can look into it further. Okay. Is there any option for primary target? Okay, so because Salesflo is a distribution management system and we cater to secondary sales, we do not, set targets for primary ordering. Okay. Order booker wise numeric target with location check. Okay, so this is so we did work on this. Basically GPS accuracy targets, we do have it, but that is something that we only opened to a specific customer, but we can again sit with you. So it's basically GPS wise accuracy targets, and that basically monitors that how the percentage that you allow your order bookers to like if you say that 70% GPS accuracy for all store visits is allowed, right? So if the order booker would go less than 70%, then his target would be affected. So we have GPS based target setting as well. I'll ask your respective CSM to give you and get in touch with you to explain how that particular target works. Okay. The said changes of mobile application are not visible to our app users. Can you tell? Okay, so basically I'll explain the Google review process. Once you publish an application on, once you have to publish the application on the Google Play Store, it takes a few days for Google to review any, security or bug fixes, or they basically review the application, whether everything is fine or not at their end, and then they move it. Once we get the go ahead after the review, then the application is moved into production. So currently the application is in the review process, which takes a couple of days. So maximum that you can have the application, your order bookers can see the application would be Monday. Okay. Do we have any other questions by anyone? If you would like to, give any comment regarding any other feature that you would like to see in other webinars. Okay. So if there are no further questions or queries or comments, then with that, we'd like to conclude the session. And I thank you all for joining the session. And I see a few people who, regularly make use of this platform and engage with us as well. So I'm sure we try to improve this as well. We try bringing in new content, and we will definitely be talking about more exciting features in the upcoming webinars too. So thank you, everyone. Thank you.